28-year-old male presented with acute kidney injury with urosepsis. He had symptoms of urosepsis like tachycardia, tachypnea, high-grade fever with chills. In emergency, bilateral DJ stenting was done. After patient was stabilized for 7 to 10 days in IPD with proper antibiotics, and when his condition settled down, counts came normal, creat came normal, we planned for a bilateral PCNL. Bilateral PCNL was planned in view of cost considered as patient was non-affording, and he was not able to afford to go any other center, and we do not have facility at our center of RIRS where we had operated. So in view of these difficulties, or we planned for PCNL, bilateral supine PCNL we planned. Initially we planned puncture on the left side because the stone burden was more on the left side, so we decided to do the on left side. After giving the position modified Valdivia, inferior calyx position puncture was taken. After puncturing, wire was inserted, and sequentially dilatation of 8, 10, 12 dilatation, then 22, 24 French single step dilatation we had done. We are doing the regularly single step dilatation, and while doing single step dilatation we usually slightly do under dilatation, as over dilatation has risk of injuring the system. After dilatation, amplas was inserted into the kidney, and after that we had inserted 22 French universal Richard Wolf scope. After entering the kidney, what we have seen was due to the impacted calculi, kidney mucosa was slightly inflamed, edematous, and vision was quite hazy. Stone was completely fragmented. While fragmenting the stone due to the edema and inflamed mucosa, there was slight bleeding on the left side. However, puncture was quite perfect mid of the fornicel. There was no issue with the puncture and dilatation. After removing the fragment of the stone, 626 DJ stent we had inserted, and we normally use 12 or 14 French Foley's as a PC and drain. With Foley's bulb, we inflate with 2 cc dye, and we see under the Siam fluoroscopy to keep the Foley's balloon at the end, at the beginning of the tract, so that it acts as a hemostat or tamponade. After we planned for the right PCNL, supine modified Valdivia position. Inferior calyx puncture was taken. RGP, after doing the RGP, inferior calyx puncture was done. After puncturing, we had we dilated the tract till 22 French, and stone was fragmented and removed, and 626 DJ stent was kept. Patient was quite normal and were discharged on post-op day 3 after proper care. However, after discharging the patient, as his there was no we discharged the patient as there was no history of fever, no hematuria, no bleeding. The patient was doing very well. So after we discharge on day 3. Normally we discharge on day 2 or day 3. Here in this case we discharge on day 3. However, after day 7, I received a call on the Sunday morning. Patient complained of massive bleeding the urine. I immediately asked him to send me picture. After he sent me picture, I asked him to get admitted on emergency basis. One PC was given, and all the blood investigation was done. Patient was taken for emergency CT and angiography, and there was a small bleeder from the right side, middle calyx small artery, and angioembolization was done. And this was possible due to the support of my colleague Dr. Akil Khan, and my special thank to my colleague Dr. Hamid, Dr. Ashank Bansal for doing the emergency angioembolization. Thank you.